Safari and welcome to Weekly World Climate Change News. Greenland's ice sheets are melting more quickly than previously anticipated, contributing to rising global sea levels. While some industries are suffering, a warmer climate has led to an increase in certain types of tourism, with visitors rushing to see glaciers before they disappear. Mackerel fisheries have also become more abundant in Greenland's waters, where they were not previously found. A survey found that more than 4 in 10 Greenland residents believe climate change will harm them. Rotterdam's skyline will soon feature GE Renewable Energy and will install the first 12 megawatt Halide X prototype, the world's largest and most powerful offshore wind turbine. At 853 feet tall, a single Halide X can generate enough power to supply 16,000 European households, GE says, adding that a 750 megawatt wind farm configuration could produce enough power for up to 1 million homes. Companies investing in much bigger offshore turbines that can capture more wind and produce more power. Germany's Rhine River is facing a grave decrease in water level due to climate change. The river serves as a main water transportation for cargoes traveling along Germany and neighboring countries. The river's water sources come from glaciers and rain. As glaciers shrank 28% between 1973 and 2010, there has been a decline of water feed by 35%. Several manufacturers opted to use Germany's extensive road and train networks, but found that transporting through the Rhine cost 40% less. Meanwhile, the government can only be monitoring the traffic to ease road transportation to create an alternative. The gorilla population in the Democratic Republic of Congo is in extreme danger after having lost 77% of their population due to the mining of certain metals used in the making of mobile phones. Mining in the Congo Basin not only threatens gorillas' habitat, but miners also illegally hunt wildlife, gorillas included, for food. Participation in cell phone recycling programs will help preserve their habitat by reducing the demand for mining in those areas, and thereby helping the gorilla population. A study undertaken by scientists at the Center of Biodiversity looked at 31 populations of 19 species of marine mammals and sea turtles in the US that have been granted endangered species protections, and found that around 3/4 of them had increased in size, putting them solidly on the full road to recovery. Conservation measures triggered by ESA listings such as in ending exploitation, tailored species management and fishery regulations, and other national and international measures appear to have been largely successful in promoting species recovery. While abundant research exists on the implications of climate change for the planet's life, a surprising new study published in Frontiers has shown that climate change has both losers and winners. Conducted by scientists from the BAS, the study shows that species such as jellyfish and starfish, along with other bottom feeders, may benefit from new areas of seafloor that may open up as a result of global warming. However, the study also highlighted major vulnerabilities in the Antarctic region, including those faced by the krill, chinstrap penguins, and the humpback whale. It was reported by IRENA that there are more women in renewable energy jobs than there are in the conventional oil and gas market, though that number is still far from 50%. The researchers identified that the reason behind the lack of women in the industry is the cultural and social norms. This can be tackled with a simple mechanism of awareness and education. The increase in the number of workshops to boost the number of women in the workforce to break stereotypes is vital. The winner for the Young Champions of the Earth Award for Latin America was off to a great start to the year with his efforts to preserve the dying corals in the ocean. Gator Halpern, the young aspiring winner, has started up the world's first land coral farm to help restore the global coral health back to previous levels. Due to global warming, the world lost about half of the coral population. He has even gone as far as Indonesia to study some of the healthiest coral in the world and gain more investors and knowledge on how to improve his coral farm to continue on his restoration journey. More than 73% of cars imported to Zambia are used and are more than 5 years old. This would highlight the fuel economy of the country and also the steps needed to implement the policy of cleaner air. Being one of the 9 countries governed by the FIA, this would allow the body to analyze the fuel economy to help optimize the green policy. The need for a newer and more effective policy to tackle the clean air issue is imminent. Moreover, with 93% of the electricity being renewable, having a greener vehicle fleet is also key to sustainability. With climate change hitting fast, our Earth seems to be devastated by unprecedented drought, unprecedented flooding, and unprecedented bushfires. Recently, it seems it's novels that have educated and spread the awareness about climate change. For example, The Weather Makers by Tim Flannery is a good start on how the weather will affect us in the future. There are many books out there available to educate us on the topic, but are their lessons just going to stay on paper? Thank you, and we hope you join us next week on Weekly World Climate Change News.